I suffer through the testing so you don't have to. Today we have the quickest scoping one-shot snipers in Warzone 2, and it's surprising. Each of these builds has been carefully picked out by myself, obviously, to be the fastest possible ADS build for each of the 3 one-shotting snipers in the game. We have the Victus, the Imperium, and the MCPR. So, with that being said, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each, and some are actually better than others for this. We're going to start off with everybody's favorite, and by that I mean the one that has the least amount of viability in the game, and that is the Victus. So, looking at the build, these items give you the #1 best ADS speed build while maintaining a one-shot headshot. With that, we have the laser, the VLK laser 7 milliwatt. We have the XRK Rise, the Bruin Q900 grip. I added the SZ Holotherm because out of these 3, it is the only one that allows you to use hollow sights, and this gives you a thermal and a no-scope glint sniper rifle, and then of course the 50 cal explosive, which is what is needed to make the one-shot headshots actually work. With this being said, the ADS speed on this thing is actually quite impressive. When you actually start looking at the stats for it on sim.gg, you'll see that I've actually been able to bring down the ADS time from 625 milliseconds to 458, which is not, again, that bad. It's actually quite impressive for a sniper rifle that is still going to be able to one-shot headshot at any range. Unfortunately, that also brings the bullet velocity down to 468 milliseconds. With that being said, the MCPR and the Imperium also sit at 468 milliseconds, which is abysmal. That bullet velocity is awful. If you actually look at it against some of the other weapons in other categories, like the ISO Hemlock, it's slower than an actual AR fire in this game. So you are essentially enough just lobbing bullets at people and hoping they connect. But again, this is quick scoping. You're not really hoping to land 300, 400, 500 meter shots. You're hoping to take out an enemy as quickly as possible. The sprint to fire and tactical sprint to fire speeds are both pretty good. The sprint and the tactical sprint speeds are good, and your overall movement speed are good with the Victus XMR. But you do suffer from the lowest possible fire rate for the weapons. So there's a lot to be desired out of this. Using the Victus like this doesn't feel terrible. The sight is very nice as it does give you a clear sight. The reload speed, though, is a bit atrocious. I can work with the bullet velocity, as it seems to work out pretty well for the aggressive ranges that I was hoping to fight in, and it is still a bit problematic when you end up missing your shots, but overall, it felt pretty decent. I would say that it was probably about a 3 out of 5, probably the most average you could be while still having it, but like I said, missing your shots can lead to situations like, well, that. The second rifle we're going to look at is the one that I feel is the best all around for long range actual one-shot sniping, and that is the FJX Imperium. In my previous video, which you'd like to check out, I'll leave a link into this description as well. The FJX Imperium has a little bit of the best of everything when it comes to long range and aggressive sniping in this game. It has the best fire rate, it has one of the best ADS times for a long distance build, it has one of the best movement speeds, and one of the best sprint to fire times. It falls a little short on the overall ammo category versus the MCPR, but it definitely outperforms 100% over the Victus. So the Imperium to me was the best choice, and I believed it was going to be the best quick scoping sniper as well. When you start looking at the stats for the fastest possible FJX Imperium sniper build with the capability of still landing a one-shot headshot, you start seeing also a significantly faster build than most sniper rifles are going to reach in the game. This is a 439 millisecond ADS time. Pretty impressive. 175 on the sprint to fire, 263 on the tactical sprint to fire, with a good sprint speed, but it still slows down overall on a sprint, but has a high tactical sprint. Plus velocity stays the same as the Victus and the MCPR, and this one also features a 4x or greater scope. You can actually end up with a 3.4 on the Schlager as well, but I use the Forgestack Delta 4 as I find it is the best one for me when I'm dealing with one of the ACOG style scopes. Now, what I found interesting out of this is over the Victus, it has a significantly better follow-up shot. Not only because it fires faster, but also the recoil up doesn't feel as bad versus the Victus in the ADS speed builds. So this could be 100% placebo, or it could just be my personal favorite way of dealing with a sniper on its recoil. But for me, the Imperium felt significantly better over the Victus. While I was running the Imperium, I felt more like Warzone 1 sniping, very similar to running something like the Modern Warfare Kar 98 or even the old SPR in some of their faster movement builds, as the bullets seemed to go pretty much where I was looking to put them, while also still giving me a good movement speed, not only running around, but also whenever I was firing and returning fire in some situations. It gave me the confidence to not only have standoffs against other players, but also land the long shots while still landing the close quarter shots. And I even got a few fans out of running this build.
Get the fuck out of here.
The final build that we're looking at today is, of course, for the MCPR 300. Now, the MCPR has a special place in my heart, as it was one of my favorite snipers to begin with in Warzone 2. And it is the only sniper rifle in Warzone 2 that is an actual sniper rifle from the sniper rifle class that features iron sights. So, of course, you knew that I had to feature this one last because, again, I have a soft spot for it. So, this one is its own unique monster. The MCPR 300 running with the FSS OLE laser, 5-round mag to increase the ADS speed, still featuring the one-shot explosive ammo, the Cronin cheetah grip because it offered some of the fastest ADS and sprint to fire bonuses, but also the Cronin irons. The Cronin irons is very unique to the sniper class, as it knocks 80 milliseconds off your ADS time. When comboed with the laser, the 5-round mag, and the cheetah grip, you reach a blistering 392 milliseconds for an ADS speed. And I'm going to tell you, that's really fast when it comes to snipers, especially in Warzone 2. You also feature the fastest sprint to fire and tactical sprint to fire speeds, while maintaining some of the fastest base forward, sprint, and strafe speeds as well. So this is going to be my quote-unquote king of, or queen of, however you roll on these things, of the snipers for quickscoping. Unfortunately, that requires you to run irons. You can swap over to using the TAC Delta as well, like the Imperium, but it does not feature any hollow sights. So it's either all or nothing when it comes to this extremely quick ADS build. And, of course, I've got some video for that one too.
Enemy JLTV here.
Supply crates have been restocked.
Now, after watching all three of those, I want to know, which one do you think would be the best for you? I'm going to go ahead and give you what I feel like was the best for me, as I do believe it's the Iron Sight MCPR. But I think the Iron Sight MCPR leans specifically into those of us who have played as an Iron Sight sniper before. So I'm going to go ahead and say the MCPR is a 4 out of 5. The Victus itself is still a 3 out of 5. And I think the Imperium sits at about a 3.5 out of 5. And I'm going to say most likely for anybody who is not an Iron Sight sniper themselves, lean towards the Imperium, as it still has a really fast recovery and a really, really solid shot. If you like to lean into the more dangerous side of the world and you want to go with an iron sight, check out the MCPR 300. I think by hands down, by itself, it's probably the best iron sight quick scope sniper because it's the only one. You can also throw the Forge Tag Delta on there and get yourself a little bit more glass and see a little bit further out. And I think at that point, the FJX and the MCPR pretty much are neck and neck based on a bit of a personal preference and the overall feel of the gun. So get out there and try them and let me know if you have one that you prefer over the other. or if you are just a Victus person, sound off in the comments down below. I'd love to hear which one of you is the masochist keeping the Victus alive in this countdown. Thank you all so much for checking out the videos, and if there's more that you want to see me cover, leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to see. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, peace!